Valerie, same place, different day. Anyway, so today's vlog is going to be me showing you me getting some of my New Year's resolutions underway. Were they supposed to be underway? No, they were supposed to be started and completed. But I've been sick, and with that being said, I didn't complete any of the things that I started. I'll be honest. But because it was a New Year's resolutions, because I put it out there, because I shared it, I want to share the process of me starting my projects, finishing my projects. We'll just be separated into different videos, but you'll be able to get a little insight into some of the smaller things that I wanted to do, and you get to see the process of how I did it. I am no pro. I am not professional in any way at refinishing furniture or things, and those are the type of things you'll see in this video. In the video, we head to Home Depot, we head to Walmart. Whether or not I add those clips in, it'll all determine on the editing process. And I haven't gotten that far with it, so you may or may not see those clips. But I wanted to add in that because while we were at Walmart that day, we picked up a big fresh piece of salmon, and I made it for lunch for me and Randy, and it came out so good. And the other night, I videotaped a little bit more detailed into how I made it again for dinner because we enjoyed it so much. And that's in this video. And I wanted to explain, well, why you see it at one point, why you see it at the end. Because I wanted to explain that it was so good that I made it again. And so you should try it out if you haven't ever tried salmon. Some of the clips that you're gonna see is me repainting a frame of a chalkboard that's in my house. It actually once was a mirror to a dresser. My neighbor had a garage sale and they threw that out in the trash, and it was just the backing, the wood backing and the frame of this mirror. And I was like, I'm gonna paint that backing chalkboard and I'm gonna make it a huge chalkboard for my house. If you've never seen that in any of my videos, you probably will start noticing it now. If you follow me on Instagram, you see how I utilize it. I use it to make calendars, and for Thanksgiving, I wrote in all the things that we were gonna be eating, like a menu. I use it for all sorts of creative things. So if you watch along, you'll see me painting the frame of it white. Now, I'll admit, it's 100% white, so it's 100% painted. But the reason why I'm saying that it's not done is because I think it's gonna end up being silver. I couldn't pick between the two colors, painted it white. I like it better. I just think I would like it even more if it was painted silver. So either way, I would have had to paint it white first. But I need to paint my living room color, and we're trying to pick between what color grays we're gonna make the living room. Once the living room is painted, I do think that the chalkboard being white would look better. But in my head, no matter what, I just think silver would be even better. So it's not quite 100% done. But who knows, I might end up leaving it white. For now, it's white and it looks better than it did before. I also have a clip of me refinishing a bench that's over there in that direction. It was once a red bench in my kids' room, and it was there for years. They played on it since my youngest was 4, and now he is 12, and we recently just took it out of the room. Well, he's almost 12. So it's been used for a good 8 years in a kid's room. So it had dings in it and stuff, so I filled the area. I showed what product I used to fill the area, some of the process of how I got it ready to paint, the paint that I used, so on and so forth for that, because I was a little bit more in-depth than just painting a frame white. Although I did have to like sand the frame of the chalkboard and so on and so forth, that was a little bit more in depth. Now, in my New Year's resolution video, I talked about different things that I wanted to do, and one of the things that I talked a lot about was my vanity. And I did start my vanity. It's very exciting for me. I honestly thought that because I was like so gung-ho and getting it done that I was gonna get so much of this done. And I'll be honest, none of it, Nicholas is leaving, none of it was done besides the sanding process. I don't think I'm gonna show very much of that in this video because that's gonna be a video that the process is gonna be shown in full in one full vlog. It's gonna be the beginning to the end. But I'm gonna put a little clip in, very small clip, so you can kind of see what those pieces look like and that I started it. It just took so much longer to sand, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt so bad that day. I shouldn't have started that piece. I was told that I should have been resting that day because of what my nights were so bad, but I couldn't stand sitting still, and so I did it, and it did make me happy to do it, but it took everything out of me, and I haven't done the next few steps after that. But I did start them, and it makes me so happy because it's going to be beautiful. And so you get to see a little insight into those pieces. I'm gonna show you that recipe for the salmon that I cooked both for lunch and for dinner a couple of nights later. Me and Randy and Gavin loved it all over again. So I can't say, oh, the first time it was just the perfect piece of fish. No, because I bought it again, same place, Walmart, skin on piece of salmon, about this big, and it came out delicious. And so when it came out so good the first time, I was like, if it comes out good, I'm gonna videotape a little bit of it, because somebody out there might want to know what I put on it. Now, I don't talk teaspoons, I don't talk detailed recipe, but you'll get an idea of what I sprinkle on. I don't measure anything, it's just sprinkle a nice layer of seasoning on. But you should watch this video so you can get a dinner idea. If you're into salmon or want to try salmon, you could get an inside look of some of the things that I've worked on in my house. And that's pretty much what this video is going to entail. I wanted to try and talk a little bit about my changes that's happening in my life that's changing up everything. But I know this video is just going to be too long if I do that, so that's going to be a separate video that I'll put out next, and you might want to check it out so you kind of know what to expect from my channel and me and how everything is changing. So, because big changes happened this week in my life, and it flipped everything upside down schedule-wise. So, continue watching those clips, see little things, see how awful I looked. I sounded awful, I looked awful. But I still want to share it, because at the end of the day, when I finish these projects and they're in my house and the slow process of changing the things in the house, it'll all come together and it'll all just look better than it did before. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The rest of the video will just be those clips. I'm not going to have an outro. This is my intro. This is my outro, because I want to give those videos a little bit of time and put this in the beginning so you know what you're about to watch. My New Year's resolution has a couple of little small check marks next to it, and that's a plus for this girl. I hope that the vanity gets some more TLC in the next week. If I can work on it again within the next week, I will be happy. It won't be finished, but it'll have the next step done. And so I'm really proud of myself. I'm a mom, I've been sick, I'm a working mom, I'm a babysitting mom. So with all that being said, bye for now. Keep on watching. I'll link my New Year's resolutions video down below. You should check it out. I talk about some of the things that I wanted to do that I'm showing in this video. I talked about myself and all sorts of things. So click that link after you finish watching this video and go watch that one. Give it a thumbs up. Give this one a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that little subscribe button wherever it is. It's down there. It's down there. Just click it. And I will see you in my next video. My next video will be me letting you know the big change that happened in my life and how I think I'm going to handle it. Fresh salmon, some spices, some olive oil. This and a salad for lunch. Hello. I sound like cried. I look like cried. I feel like cried. But I'm tired of sitting down doing nothing. And so, since I made a New Year's resolution video and I talked about home improvement stuff, I started this weekend, and I thought I was videotaping it when I did this part, and I wasn't, but I used this stuff to fill in all the dings on this bench. I was went to my kids' room. It opens up. I'll be honest, I probably won't be painting anything that you can't see from the outside. Because it's a lot of work, and if anybody comes to my house and has to look inside of the bench and it's red, then they can live with it. But it doesn't look good in my living room this color, but it is very useful for school bags and things like that. So basically what I did with this is take little bits of it with literally my fingertip, like that, and I went by the little holes and I pushed it into it. They're just dings from them playing with their cars on it. I took a scraper and scraped all the excess off to where it's smooth and put the extra stuff inside of the thing. It really wasn't all that difficult. I am no master, or I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I do whatever I think is what needs to be done with whatever products I find. And I'm going to sand it all down really lightly, and then I'm going to paint it. So that's what I'm doing, because I can sit still and do this and not be so bored sitting on the sofa trying to sleep and waking up every 10 minutes coughing. I'll cough. Paint. And yes, I'm standing inside of my house, but I own a broom and a mop, all those things. I have a husband who's gonna sweep and mop since I can't, since I'm coughing. He's really not. He doesn't sweep and mop very often. I do. I sanded it. Now it's time to clean up all the dust with a damp rag. Is this what I'm supposed to do? I don't know. That's what I'm doing. This is a test spot, the gray color that I'm using. Painting time. I'm using this, the Moment. Covers pretty well. Gray it is. I'll show you when it's done. First coat done. This is what I used again. I didn't use that much of it either, but I like it. Once I get my walls painted a dark gray color, I think it will look really good with the sofa. There's paper underneath the feet, so it wouldn't get anyways. Now, it's called the Christmas Mountain Decoration of Doom. Good morning from the Magical Unicorn Cup, the yogurt I'm getting ready to eat. It is Monday. Randy is at work. The kids slept at their dad's house overnight, which isn't typical, but they don't have school today, so last day off, and so he wanted to keep him an extra day since I've had him pretty much all of the Christmas holiday. I am conjuring up some magic to try to make me feel better. I'm just playing. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm not a witch. Or am I? I sound like crud. I do not sound like myself. That noise that you hear in the background is the robot Roomba that I do yet to name. It's going to get a cool name. I'm going to name it. The only other person in this house that's a human is Nicholas, who is sleeping. But I'm going to go eat this. And then I think I'm going to pull out those antique pieces that I talked about in my New Year's resolution video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Show some support because you love me. And I might do some of that today because I can pretty much sit still and do stuff like that. And when you're feeling like crud, you want to do something that makes you happy, and that will be fun to do, but it will make me happy to know that it's getting done. So, I
said that I wanted to start on my vanity the other day, and I kind of am starting on it today. I don't know how much I'll get done because I'm still not feeling well. I still feel like crud. I obviously look like crud. But these are the pieces that I was talking about. This is the key that like opens up this part. I already have it opened, but it actually still works, which I think is really cool. But I don't want it to be opened that way because it does get stuck and it is old. So we're going to add some knobs to this, or some handles to both sides. This one actually was opened earlier, but see what I mean? It gets stuck, and it'd be easy if I could just pull on it. Once I sand it down, it'll have a little bit more space. I think it's been like stained a bunch of times and it's passed. But this one has a shelf, which I think is really useful. I'm going to use some baskets in here so I can put lots of things in there. And then this one obviously has 3 drawers, which are all solid wood, which is really awesome. They both have 2 drawers at the top. And this, I am not even sure if it actually belongs with it, but I mean, it looks like it did. I'm going to Monday, and it's my new work schedule, and I am trying to make some dinner. Usually Mondays and Tuesdays was my cook day, but I got some little beans in the back of this pan, some green onions and some seasonings and some olive oil because Gavin wanted beans as a side, and so that's an option, easy option for me for dinner. I'm making some pasta, cooking with some Himalayan sea salt. This over here, some bell peppers, some onion. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in the pan and saute that quickly to cook some fresh spinach. My oven is just coming to temperature, and I'm getting ready to put this on a tray that's already in there, getting super hot. It is a fresh salmon. I sprinkled that with paprika, Himalayan sea salt, pepper, some Tony Saturins. I put some garlic powder in here as well, and some dill and a little bit of thyme. I really like using thyme. Usually I actually have fresh thyme in the house, but not today. The green onions, and both of these things are green onions that I grew myself. And so that's going to be my quick dinner. Fish will bake all by itself. It took hardly no time to season, and these literally were some canned beans. The hardest thing I'm doing is making up the pasta, which I'm just going to put some butter, salt, and pepper on top of it, and maybe some fresh Parmesan cheese for whoever wants it. But that's mostly because Ethan's probably not going to eat the fish, and he'll probably eat one of the few things that I have left over from dinners in the refrigerator, and eat the pasta as the side. And later on this week, some of just the buttered pasta could easily be put under maybe something else I'm making. But this is going to be our Monday dinner. Nothing fancy, but still delicious and extremely quick and easy. The fish is cooked and delicious. I tried it, as you can see. My beans are looking really good. Just a quick little side. Gavin loves beans of almost any kind, and so it's good for me just to put that on his plate. He loves fish, and he'll be eating this as well. And this is how my spinach turned out. And you can see the pot was full, and that's all that's left to it, so not much. And again, we have some Parmesan butter pasta back there. Nothing fancy about that, but a nice, good, healthy dinner. Quick, easy, but still delicious. That is how I served it. This is my plate. Gavin had probably about half as much fish, but he also had pasta. I'm not going to eat the pasta because I really wanted to eat these 2 sides, and I'll probably leave the pasta for some side dishes for the kids throughout the week to eat with whatever sauces I make or things like that. But that is my plate. That is my salmon. It is flaky good. It is delicious looking. That's my spinach. I like cooking it till it's just wilted. I don't really like it till it's dead, but yep, super delicious.